Good morning, Shavua Tov. In this week's Torah portion, Yaakov encounters a man who wrestles with him all night. And in the morning, he receives a blessing from him that his name should no longer be Jacob, Yaakov, but his name should be Yisrael, because you have wrestled with man and with God. And our rabbis explain that this was no ordinary man. It was an angel. Whose angel? The angel of Esav, the guardian angel of his brother Esav, who wanted to kill him. And therefore this angel tried to wrestle him until he prevailed and elicited a blessing from him to be given the name Israel that we carry till today. But what's interesting is that in next week's Torah portion, Joseph is going to go out looking for his brothers. And a man is going to encounter him on the road. And the man is going to say, "What do you seek?" And he's going to say, "I seek my brothers." And he's going to tell him they went to Dosan. But there Rashi says it wasn't a bad angel, it was the angel Gabriel. And the question is, in both verses it says the word "amen." How does Rashi know, the commentary, that in this week's Torah portion the angel that wrestles with Jacob is the angel of Esav, the archangel of Esav? As in next week's Torah portion, it is a positive angel, the angel Gabriel. And the Divrei Chaim of Tzanz explains it by saying that how do you know what kind of an angel it is? Depending on what the angel does. If the angel attacks you and wrestles with you, it tries to exploit you when you're vulnerable and weak at a moment of loneliness and darkness in the night, then you know it's the evil angel of Esav. But if the angel says, "What do you seek? How can I help you? How can I guide you? How can I avail myself to make your life go in the right direction?" then you know it's the angel of Gabriel. And the Divrei Chaim explains that every person can be an angel for good or an angel for bad. If when you encounter people you think, "How can I be a blessing for this person?" then you become like the angel Gabriel. But if you see someone who's vulnerable and you say, "How could I exploit the person, take advantage of them, use them for my own benefits?" then you know it's the angel of Esav. And that's why the Torah refers to it as a man, telling us that every person has a choice. What kind of an angel we want to be. You know, everyone knows about the Heimlich maneuver. The Heimlich maneuver is, of course, that which saved so many lives through the technique that Dr. Heimlich introduced. At one point, people would just slap someone on the back when they were choking, and sometimes push the food further down their throat and cause more damage than help. But then Dr. Heimlich came up with this technique where if you cusp your hands and press above the navel, beneath the rib cage, the food will come straight out of the mouth, spit up. And when he wrote this in a journal, it started to be practiced, and people saw that it really works, and it became famous as the Heimlich maneuver. Today, most restaurants have the Heimlich maneuver hanging on the walls of the restaurants, and who knows how many countless lives were saved through this maneuver. But Dr. Heimlich himself never had the opportunity to practice it until he was 96 years old. And he was sitting at a dinner table, and an elderly woman started to choke on her food, and he quickly went behind her, did his own maneuver on her, and the piece of meat came flying out of her mouth, and he saved her life. And he was 96 years old, and it took him 42 years to actually have the opportunity to save a life with his own maneuver. The point is, if we are alert, and if we are ready, we never know when the opportunity will come that we can become an angel. And most importantly, like Dr. Heimlich, we can create blessings for mankind that will live on even after our lives. As Dr. Heimlich passed away in 2015, his maneuver is still practiced and saving lives each and every day. Let us choose to be a good human angel.